Hey guys, Chris here from Carolot Miniature Horses. Just want to say welcome. It's a little bit of a cloudy, dreary day. We have another rain system heading our way. But before I step outside, I just wanted to give you some updates. So I want to take a few minutes this afternoon and share with you why I am making these videos and sort of what has prompted me to take this on. And for those of you who know me, you know I'm a pretty private person. I've been someone who has very consciously stayed away and kind of steered away from social media. I just feel like, or have felt like, my life is my life, and if you aren't in my immediate circle, then that's okay, right? But I am finding now with these minis that I really want to share with other people my experiences. And part of that is because when I was trying to find best practices and recommendations for miniature horses, and in my searches, yes, I found plenty of little tidbits here and there, but I didn't really find exactly what I felt I was looking for. And so when I first brought the minis home, I was very much certain that I was going to begin tracking all of our expenses, and I was going to begin tracking how much hay they ate and the cost of farm modifications that were necessary to really bring everything up to snuff for these little guys. And as I started tracking all of those expenses and modifications that we were making to the farm, I began to feel more and more inspired to want to share this with others, because I think what we're experiencing and the growth and such that we are undergoing here on the farm, I think it could be really beneficial to someone else who might be thinking about bringing a mini into their life, or someone who maybe already owns minis and isn't really sure what they need or how to modify what they're doing to best suit their horse. So I feel we are really very dedicated here at Carolot to the well-being and the proper care and management of these smaller equines. And as we learn more about them and as we journey through this first year of miniature horse ownership, we want to share with you all of our experiences so that you can watch the growth and the development of the horses, and you can really see what a full year looks like when it comes to horse ownership. And with each season, each month, each week and day, there are different things that are needed and necessary, and different changes and modifications that we need to make to our feeding regimen and to our facility updates and upgrades. So there's just so much that goes along with being a kind, caring, conscious horse owner. And we want to share with you our experiences, and hopefully you can either find them comical and just enjoy watching, or you might really take something from it and learn some new tricks or tips. And that is really the underlying foundation for why we have started, or why I have started making these videos. I say we, a lot of what we do here on the farm is very much a joint effort. My husband is a huge support. He does so much for me and for the horses and just for the upkeep of our farm and facility. So it really does take us both. But the videos are all me right now. He does not want me to include him, which I totally get it, because we have been pretty private people. And so this is a new chapter and sort of uncharted waters here. So it's fun though. And I think what I'm also learning through this process is not to take myself too seriously. I think all too often in life we do. And it's okay to poke a little fun at yourself, right? Sometimes you misspeak, or you say something really stupid. It's like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? Or I don't know, we're always doing silly, foolish things and we don't even realize it half the time. And then when you look back on film and video, you're like, oh my gosh, did I really say that? Did I really do that? Was I really wearing that? Like, was my hair really that crazy? So I think it's fine to to have a little bit of the bloopers in with everything because it's real. It's who I am. I'm an amateur. I'm just learning about all of this stuff. And I'll be the first to tell you I'm not a techie person. So there's a very steep learning curve there. But it's fun. And I'm hoping that this is going to be sort of an educational journey for anyone that follows any one of our videos. And most certainly for those of you who follow us really through this whole year, because it is my intention to keep up these videos throughout the full year. And, you know, it's just now spring. I started filming about 6 weeks ago, I think. And so again, we still have the summer, the fall, and then next winter. And then you'll have a really good sense of what a full year of horse ownership looks like. So I hope you enjoy. Something else I will just add, you know, earlier I said uncharted waters is uncharted waters. You say these things and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, you know, and that's pretty normal. It's natural. We're not perfect, right? And that's something else I want to just share is we recognize that we aren't perfect. We don't know everything, but we are striving to improve and to further educate ourselves. And I think that is what's really, really important, is that we are continuing to strive to do better, to get better, to be better. And there's nothing much more that you could ask, right? So if you don't know something, you should try to find the answers. You know, you should try to educate yourself and dive deeper into something. And that's hopefully how we all continue to improve throughout our life. You know, I've always kind of thought, and I guess probably was raised, you know, hearing that in a perfect world, you know, you'd be learning something new every day. And that something new could be really small. But again, we should always be learning and striving and improving upon ourselves. And that's kind of something that we are certainly working towards here at the farm. What else is something that I should let you know? I said I've been making videos for the last 6 weeks. I've not yet posted the first one. So again, that's where we need to not take ourselves too seriously, and we need to not get too hung up on that fear, that paralyzing fear of what will others think. In the big scheme of things, does it really matter? I mean, you're never going to please everyone, and people are going to always have comments or questions or concerns or differences. I mean, no one's going to ever 100% agree with anything that you say or do or imply or such. So that's hard, right? As someone who is new to making videos and kind of new to the thought of sharing on social media, that's a really big hurdle that I need to get across. And it's one that I will. I certainly will. I've been telling myself that I am working to build a nice base of videos, a nice repertoire, and then I can start posting, right? So that's kind of the little song and dance I've been going through. But I really do truly want to start sharing with you our videos. And now that I have been at it for a little while, I do feel I have enough that I can start sharing, and you can start to see that we are quite busy here on the farm, and there is a lot that is taking place. You know, each and every day is a little bit different, and every day as we journey through the year brings something new. And another thing that we are sharing a lot here on our videos are garden clips. You know, gardening is really, really big for our family as well as the horses. And so some of the videos, you actually see more of me gardening than you do of me working with the horses. And that's just how some of my days are. You know, some days I get up, I feed the horses, I make sure they're good to go, and then I spend the next several hours doing something else that is completely unhorse related, but it's still farm related, and it's still a part of Carolot Farm. You know, our garden, it's a good sized garden, and we end up growing a lot more produce than we ourselves can eat, and we share a lot of it with family and friends. We have a huge crop of tomatoes and peppers each year, and my husband's really great about making salsa, and so we then have salsa and pickled okra and dill pickle slices and chips that we continue to eat on all year long. And so the horses, yes, are a really big part of the farm, but so is the garden. And you'll see a lot of those two things covered in our videos. So I hope you like gardening. I hope you like horses. If you're not too keen on one or the other, apologies, but it is part of life here at Carolot Farm. And I want to be very real with you and really share what our experiences are. So just wanted to kind of mention that, because some people might be wondering, why on earth am I watching a video about miniature horses and Chris is just spending all this time in the garden? And it's just because they're kind of these two married activities or interests, hobbies that we have that really dovetail and go hand in hand here on the farm. The horse manure is really great for the garden, and we're just really happy actually to have horses again. We haven't had horses for a few years, and so we're pretty excited about that. But those are just two things that we're very passionate about here, that we spend a lot of time and care working on. So much we want to share, and it's such an exciting year for us that we hope you hang in there, and we hope you keep coming back, and we hope that you enjoy following us as we finish out this year. It's just the springtime. We still have 3 more seasons to go, but we are dedicated to sharing with you our experiences, and we hope you enjoy.